Well, hello and good morning. My name is Pete Owens, and I think that you know Dolly Parton. She's here for a special Q&A today with us with the questions that you have sent in on Twitter and other forms of social media. But I want to start off with saying thank you to all the veterans out there for Veterans Day. It's a very special day, and you know that we really want to honor you today for Veterans Day. But let's get started. So Dolly,
Yes.
What are you doing here today?
Well, I'm here to help you say Happy Veterans Day to all the troops. But actually, I am at Dollywood today because we're actually opening our big Glacier Ridge. It's our first big expansion since we started the park. We've always had great shows at Dollywood, and our Christmas season is always the very best. But this year, we're going to open up Glacier Ridge, where we have this huge, huge Christmas tree, all these LED lights all over it. We've added 1 million lights, which means we've got 5 million lights at Dollywood now. And we always have such good business here because it really gets you in the Christmas spirit.
Great. Well, I will tell you that Christmas is a big topic for the folks that have written in. Charlene has asked, what's your favorite Christmas memory is?
Oh, I have so many wonderful Christmas memories, most of mine with my family back in the Great Smoky Mountains of right here in the Smokies, where we lived in a little cabin up in the woods. And we didn't actually have all the store-bought stuff that we could buy or that people buy these days. So my dad would always take us out in the woods to cut the tree, and Mama would always kind of put all the homemade lights and homemade, or not lights, but things that would say lights, because that was in the early days before we even had electricity. You believe in that? Yes, that's right. I lived in the dark ages. Yabba yabba doo. But anyway, seriously, I just remember us having so much fun, you know, making our own Christmas ornaments, and Mama telling the story of Christmas and cooking and all that. So I have so many memories. And then one time on this particular tree, one of my specials is Daddy and Mama had been married for years, and Mama didn't have a wedding ring. We never could afford one. Daddy couldn't. So this one particular year, Daddy decided that maybe he'd buy Mama a ring, and so we all got to work on it. And so Daddy hid it on the Christmas tree, and whoever found the ring got an extra present, which, like I say, they were mostly homemade, but Daddy had bought a big box of candy. And so the one that found it, my brother and I still say that we found it. I think it was about the same time, but we got in a fist fight over it. But anyhow, we gave Mom her ring. She loved it. And so Daddy, instead of giving us the candy, he gave it to us and said, now you have to share it with everybody else. So I do remember that as a special Christmas. And we didn't like having to share it with everybody, but it was the thing to do because we're family.
Great, great. So Christy from Rockwood, Tennessee, is asking, with all of the Christmas songs that you've recorded through the years, do you actually have a favorite Christmas song?
Well, I love all the Christmas songs. I honestly can't say that I have a favorite. I just love singing all those songs where everybody gets in on it together. Now, I have written a few Christmas songs myself, recorded a whole album with Kenny Rogers of Christmas songs that play every year. They play the same songs over and over. And one of my favorites in that is a song I wrote. It's called I Believe in Santa Claus. And I like it because it's really just about hope. Like, I believe in Santa Claus. I believe in Santa Claus. I believe there's always hope when all seems lost. I believe in Santa Claus. So it's really about just being positive and all that. So that's a favorite of mine, but I love all the others.
Several folks here have asked, just as you were saying, that if you were going to record another Christmas album, and if perchance you would put Circle of Love on it.
Well, I'm glad that you asked about Circle of Love and about a Christmas album, because yes, I do plan to. I was planning to do a Christmas album this year, and then I got all involved in some Netflix things and some other projects that we got going, had to put it on the back burner. But I do plan to put one out on maybe next year, hopefully. And yes, I certainly plan to put Circle of Love on it, because that's a song that we did when we did the Christmas of Many Colors following my movie of Coat of Many Colors. And it's a song I wrote for that. And people have just come to love it through my publishing company. They call all the time and say, can we get the sheet music on Circle of Love, because our church wants to sing it, our choir wants to sing it. So it looks like it might be one of those that might live through the years as one of the good Christmas standards. And wouldn't that be nice for me? I would love that to happen. I've always thought I'd love to write a Christmas standard where everybody wanted to sing it and knew it. So yes, I'll get around to doing that album, and certainly that one. Thanks for asking.
So, with your Netflix mention that you just had, we have Little Red Lucy from the UK has asked, what are you most looking forward to with the new Netflix series?
Well, I'm very excited about the Netflix series, and for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's where Netflix now, they have taken songs that I have written, because I write a lot of story songs, and they're making them into movies based on my stories. And of course, I introduce each of the shows, and I talk about what I was thinking when I wrote the story, when I wrote the song. And so then I sing a little bit of it, and sometimes in and out of the show, I come back in and out singing different parts of the song over some montage things. And it's really going really well, and I really hope you're going to like it, because I'm loving doing it. So if you like it good enough, I'll get to do it for a long time. We'll be in it together.
Jacob has asked when the new series will premiere.
Well, the Netflix series, we're hoping they call it Drop It, next fall. That's what we're hoping. As you know, on Netflix, they dropped the whole thing. That we're actually filming them now, all 8 of the first ones, and if they pick it up, we'll do more next year. But we're filming those in Atlanta right now, all 8 of them. We just go one from one to another over the past few months. And so we'll be finishing with that in January. And then they have to edit them, then we have to do the music score, and we have to do all the stuff they do when you put movies together like that. And so we're hoping that it's going to drop next fall. So that's what we're hoping for. And we might even get to premiere it at Dollywood, and that would be great.
So that's not all you have going on. I have a question about Dumpling. Do you make a cameo appearance in Dumpling?
I do not make a cameo appearance in the movie Dumpling. It's actually Jennifer Aniston. She took the movie from a book that was very popular. It was a little oversized girl that loved my music and my sayings, and kind of built her confidence with that. And so it was a best-selling book, and somebody said, there's a book out about you? And I said, no. So they sent it to me, I read it, and I loved it, and then I forgot about it. And a couple of years later, Jennifer Aniston called me and said she had adapted it for a movie, and she's starring in it also. She's playing the mother of the little girl that was in the book, and she was a beauty queen, Jennifer Aniston. Still, every year, she holds the pageant in their hometown. And her little girl, who's overweight, wants to be in the pageant, but of course it's kind of a no-no. But this little girl gathers up all the little misfits in the whole county, and they kind of all apply for the job and showing their talents and all, and she kind of uses my music to inspire her. So Jennifer asked if I would write the music for it, or allow them to use a lot of my original music. And I said, well, of course. And they said, will you be in the movie? I said, no, I can't be in the movie. It's about me, and I look like an egomaniac. I can do the music, but I can't do that, because I was very flattered and honored that somebody was inspired by me. So I thought, well, yes, I can be involved in the music. So that's actually going on Netflix also, and that's the premiere of that is on December the 6th, and they're dropping that. It's going to be on Netflix on the 7th is the show for you to see, Dumpling. And I have a new soundtrack out, and I've written 6 new songs. I worked with a girl named Linda Perry from a group from long ago called Four Non-Blondes. And so Linda and I got together, and she produced the album, and we wrote 6 new songs together in addition to a lot of the old familiar songs. I had a chance to sing with some hot girls like Sia. We did one of my songs, and we did El King. We did another one of my older songs. Both of those were older. And then Miranda Lambert sang Dumb Blonde with me, my first chart record. And so we had Macy Gray, and we had Mavis Staples, who I love, the old Staples singers. I wrote a soul song just for us. So there's a lot of good stuff on the soundtrack album, and bits and pieces of those songs are also in the movie.
Wildwood Grove is coming up at Dollywood. So could you talk a little bit about it and what you're most excited about?
Well, Wildwood Grove is one of our most special things. The Glacier Ridge and the Wildwood Grove, that's actually been our biggest expansion since we started the park back in 1986. And so we got, with Wildwood Grove, it's like 6 new acres 6 acres of land that's new area, and it's really has so many things for people, because when people come to the park, we're kind of outgrowing ourselves. We need more land because people kind of have to wait in line, and they get kind of bottlenecked in coming into the park. So we thought, well, we need to expand and really make it great for people to enjoy more things while they wait. So there's games, there's food, and there's shows, a lot of things for kids, and of course it's really kind of a lot of animation. We have some really wonderful things there, so the kids are going to love it. You know, they have the friendly bear, the kids can ride a bear, of course it's rides, of course, and a dragonfly, that's a roller coaster sort of thing, and so it's really themed about nature, and it's very magical too, so it's kind of like my little poor man's version of Disneyland, I guess, but not poor because it cost us a fortune. It just seems country compared to the fantasy, but it does have its own country fantasy, I guess you could say. And it's a small world, but it's a big one too. So anyway, so I think the kids are going to love it, and the parents as well.
Great. Iron Butterfly asks, after Wildwood Grove, do you plan to continue to add new things to Dollywood and all things Dollywood?
Well, of course, we're going to add something to Dollywood every single year. We always have, or either revamp certain areas that we do. But this is a great expansion with our Glacier Ridge and the Wildwood Grove. But we are doing so good with our resort that we opened just a few years back, and now it stays booked all the time, so we're going to have to build another resort. So we're going to kind of do that, and maybe even another one, whatever. But we're very excited that it has done so well. It'll have probably a different theme than the one we have now. So I don't know what all we'll do, but you can trust me in saying that we'll be doing something, and something big and good just for you.
So we'll enter into some of these here that from all over the world that are asking just for your little Dolly-isms. So
you mean just to make them up on the spot?
So
that's not how that goes.
So
you mean about something they're asking?
Yes, they're asking.
Oh, okay.
So Kimberly from Canada asked, what achievement out of everything that you've done are you most proud of?
Well, I'm proud of everything I've ever done, and I really can't put a tag on any particular one, because I remember I used to say it was becoming a member of the Grand Ole Opry, then I did that. Then I used to say I want to be in the movies, then I've done that. So I really say if you can dream, you can have it. And as I've often said in my Dolly-isms, you can't just dream it. It ain't going to happen unless you put legs, wings, feet, everything on it. You've got to make it happen, but dreams can come true. And I'm a prime example of that, and I'm proud of it. And you can be too.
I'm going to say Tenya from Australia is asking, is there anything you wish you could say to your younger self?
Yeah, if I could say to my younger self, I'd say, you better buckle up, girl, because you're in for the ride of your life.
Great.
And buckle tight.
Last question in the whole Dolly, in the old Dollyism section is, do you have any advice for a young artist on how to start their journey?
Well, I get asked that question more than any other, of how do you start your journey, getting to making your dreams come true. First of all, you have to be willing to sacrifice, whether you wind up having to do so much of it or not. You have to be prepared to do it. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in whatever your dream is or whatever your talent is. You got to make sure that it is a realistic thing that you can actually achieve. And I do believe that most things are possible, but of course, if you can't sing, you just can't be a great singer. You might be a star, but you're still never going to be a great singer if you can't sing. So just make sure that you know your real talent, know your real self, and don't just get a dream and a wish mixed up, because they are two different things. You've got to make dreams come true. You can dream them, but you've got to make them a reality. When you just wish that you had something, that's not going to get you anywhere. So just make sure that you're definite in what you want to do, that you're willing to work for it and willing to sacrifice for it, and just keep after it until you see it ain't going to happen. And like I've always said, and if you see it ain't going to happen, it's not too late to change dreams in the middle of a stream and get on to something else you can accomplish.
Well, I think that is a great place for us to stop.
Well, okay.
We're out of time, but what we'd like to do is thank you for your time today.
Well, you are welcome, and you are welcome.
Thank everyone that
they are welcome.
has provided questions to us.
Yeah.
And we want to welcome you to Dollywood anytime you'd like to come visit, but especially during Smoky Mountain Christmas, because it's a special time to come to the park.
Yes, it is, and I appreciate all your business. And you know how I always used to say, come to the park because I need the money because it costs a lot to look this cheap. Well, it's even more so than ever now because I'm getting older and I'm going to need all the help I can get, so keep it coming. And I guarantee you, if I get your money, we'll show you the best time. Thank you, bye. Thank you.